Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Hope you've had a fantastic Christmas. Start 2023 as I mean to go on, and that means continuing the transparency. So here is coming up my portfolio update covering the month of December 2022. I'll do a separate video on 2023 investing objectives, so watch out for that. Okay, here's what's coming up. So let's have a look at what's happening in the portfolio and its overall value. So as a reminder, previous month at the start of December, we're just over 42, and that has now moved to 47.55. So quite a big decline within the month of December, down £1,800 in terms of performance, and then the usual £300 deposits gone in. So that means we end the year over £2,000 above the stretch targets that I had in place for the long-term plan. Going forward, this is still very much a long-term solution for me. It's a long-term plan. And in order to get to this value, the £1 million by 2050, I need to be getting 9.6% per year compound annual return. And that is about 0.12 percentage points higher than it was a month ago. So have a look at the dividends. Now, the dividends in December, quite low, £28.52. And the biggest ones are Walgreens and Unilever, but nothing too exciting to report on dividends this month. No sales, no selling transaction at all. December, and then in terms of buys, Fundsmith Equity, just a single addition to that, which I'm building up each month. So a very, very quiet month, and I'm trying to keep it as quiet as possible, reducing the number of transactions, reduce the amount of fees, and trying to be very patient and waiting for those better opportunities. Now, the closest thing I came to buying a December was Skyworks Solutions. That got to the low 80s. I would have added to that position. In the end, it actually got to the high 80s. So it was quite close, but it didn't quite hit the trigger level to buy more. So it was just a Fundsmith Equity I added to. As a bit of a sense check on the portfolio, I like to look at the average for the individual stock holdings, the return on capital employed. That's 19%, and it was 20% last month. So it's dipped a little bit. I would like it to be slightly higher than that, but it's still quite a decent value. So looking at the overall portfolio, here we are in descending order of size. Quality stocks, around about a quarter of the portfolio. Dividends, a tiny bit below that. A lot of cash. That's now almost 20% of the portfolio at £7,600. That's gone up since last month. As a reminder, the way I want to structure my portfolio in the long term, I want around about a quarter of the money in dividend stocks, so we're pretty much there. Around about a quarter in managed by others, so probably a bit more to add to that pot. 40 to 50% in quality stocks, so I want to add a lot more into that section. And I'm talking about the sort of Terry Smith view of quality stocks, and then 0 to 10% also in cyclicals, if such opportunities present themselves. So I've still got these sort of unclassified ones and ones I want to get rid of. That's around about 10% of the portfolio. I'll be doing that in due course. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. So in terms of the quality, which is the largest section, a very bad month. Bank OZK down 27 points. That was over 100% total return. That's now 82%, but it's still the biggest holding. And K3 Capital Group, the other one to call out on this page, up 31 percentage points to a total return of 72%. Looks like they're being bought out. So I've held that one for probably 2.5 years, and it looks like I'm going to make around about a 70 to 75% return in total on that holding in 2.5 years, which is, yeah, that's pretty good. Disappointing, as I thought actually they could have had a share price a bit higher than that for the buyout. They did pay a nice dividend, so it was a little bit disappointing with the buyout because, yes, it locks a good profit in, but it then caps the earnings. But nevertheless, it was a small cap, around about £200 million market cap. So these are the sort of things that can happen for those quality companies that are small. Probably the other one to flag is Unilever has maintained its position in the 100% club. Otherwise, a relatively boring month, which is great in the quality stock list. Next biggest is dividend stocks, 22% of the portfolio. Again, a relatively quiet month, but there are a few big drops there. Walgreens has dropped 10 percentage points, so that is now a negative total return of -9%. Otherwise, there are still several 100% club members within the pot, and Unum being the largest there, £2,300 holding, Unum and Aviva. And they are my two favourite companies in that list, so it's great that they are the two largest holdings. So the managed funds, very little change in month, just flagging that that Fundsmith equity position of almost £700 will continue to grow each month as I add to that position. Unclassified holdings at the moment, the largest of which is Alibaba. Corsair and Cumulus there have had pretty bad months, down 13 and 12 percentage points. So these are companies that in due course I do want to sell and don't envisage holding for a long period of time. And the reason for that is they don't quite fit the criteria that I went through earlier of quality, dividend, managed by others, or cyclical. And finally, speaking of cyclicals, pretty negative month on the top two, the coal companies, Alpha Metallurgical Resources and Ramaco Resources. Now over 50 percentage points on each, they are still showing a very good total return. And finally, want to get rid of Ghana and Voyager has gone bust, as we've seen in previous episodes. That's my portfolio update covering the month of December. Keep the transparency going. Hope it's been useful. Thank you ever so much for watching. Click on screen now to get the most out of this video.